Well, hello Libras. What's going on? This is your monthly forecast for June 2016. Thank you so much for joining me. Before we get started, I just wanted to remind you guys very quickly that this is a general horoscope for anyone who has their sun, moon, or rising sign in the sign of Libra. But if you want something that is more specifically tailored towards your birth chart, the time you were born, the day you were born, just you alone, you can shoot me an email and I will let you know all the details of how to schedule and pay for a reading with me, and I will love to give you a reading. So do that if you're interested. All right, now on to your monthly forecast for June. All right, Libras, so the biggest focuses for you guys this month are going to be on your high-minded beliefs, spirituality, maybe possibly higher education in college, and then moving on to career and social status. So let me break it down and explain how this is happening. Okay, so Gemini is your ninth house. Gemini is 9 signs from Libra. So whenever it's Gemini season, there's a lot of planetary activity going on in that sign. It's going to highlight the themes of the ninth house, which are higher education like college level, or maybe learning some training for a career, or your belief systems like your spiritual belief system, politics, and also just having faith and optimism is the ninth house. And the sun is going to be there. The sun is going to be there up until the 20th. We have Venus there up until the 17th. We have Mercury joining that house on the 12th up until the 29th. So there's a big concentration there. Now the sun is like a flashlight or a spotlight. He's like, woo, I'm here up in this ninth house, honey. What are we going to do here? Are we going to be learning some stuff or what? Okay. You could be focused, even though school is normally out for people in the summertime, you could be focused on some higher learning. You know, maybe some Libras will really want to put a focus into summer school, taking some summer classes to enhance their educational experience, maybe to be more prepared for the fall when the major classes start again. This can be happening. It's also travel. I forgot to mention the ninth house is travel, so a lot of Libras are going to feel even more like traveling. And I know some people will be like, well, everybody travels during the summer. No, honey boo boo, they do not. Okay. Not everybody does, but my Libras are going to feel like an even extra boost in that area of wanting to travel, wanting to go to even like foreign places that they've never been before, countries that they've never been before, even like states within your country that you live in that are far away. Okay, it's just far away traveling. Okay, so vacationing is going to be on Libra's mind. Also, you may have a focus on your belief systems, you know, be highlighted at this time, maybe revising and going over what your true beliefs are, and maybe just feeling more optimistic during this time, especially because Venus is there. Venus is how you enjoy life, how you enjoy your free time, what pleases the 5 senses for you personally, Libra. That is Venus. Venus is also your ruling planet, so wherever she's traveling, you're going to feel an extra little, you know, boost of Venusian energy in that type of way with that energy. So you're going to be down with trying foreign exotic things. If you don't get a chance to travel, like physically travel somewhere, this is a great time to enjoy like just some foreign foods, or go to like a cultural center, you know, museums, just culture, okay? You can enjoy when Venus is in the ninth house. You can also, if you're interested, meet a foreign person or somebody totally different from you, somebody that's exciting, somebody that you think is like quote unquote exotic in some sort of way. And if you're open to relationships, you know, to new relationships, this could be a time where you meet somebody, you know, that fits that description. Now, Mercury in the ninth house, even though my Libras are very, very smooth, diplomatic, you don't like for people to disagree and to not get along, your speech, which Mercury rules, may be a little bit more fiery and fired up during the month of June. Now, the ninth house also rules politics. So I would advise my Libras to kind of chill on the political talk, because you guys especially may be a little extra heated in that area. So just be mindful and careful with that. There is a new moon happening on the 4th of June in Gemini at 14 degrees Gemini. This is also happening in your ninth house. Now, even though Venus is a supporting energy there, Venus is going to be in conjunction with this new moon, and new moons are all about breaking new grounds for something brand new to happen and be given birth to, in that area of life. So Venus is positive there. But we've got opposing this on the opposite end, Saturn in Sagittarius, which is in your third house. So this new moon can be like, yes, I want to move on with my education. I want to move up with my education. Saturn down there in the third house, in the house of the lower mind, rational, logical mind. The ninth house is like, I just want to jump and fly and be optimistic that everything's going to be all right. I can leap without looking. I don't need to know. I don't want any negativity, to slow me down and anchor me down. Well, guess what, honey? Saturn is an anchor. He's that old man that's like, watch what you do. Don't forget to do this. Do it step by step. No shortcuts, okay? So be careful when it comes to decisions about traveling and education and so on and so forth and politics, because Saturn is going to check you if you don't check the facts before you jump, okay? And then we have a square from Jupiter in your 12th house and from Neptune in your 6th house. The 12th house is like divine, creativity, spirituality. So there can be maybe a challenge when it comes to your spiritual beliefs and your religious beliefs, which they can be two different things, okay? And also a challenge from your 6th house of health and work, so there's like this, what's called a grand square going on. So it's like the challenges with this new moon, they're going to bring a new beginning. But your rational, logical thinking is going to be challenged, as well as, your work and health, and then your spirituality and creativity. Ooh, this is like a lot of challenge energy going on. But remember that these squares, they bring challenges for growth, okay? Challenges are all about growth. And a new moon is a new beginning. So add it all together, and it's nothing to be afraid of. Just go with the flow. Overcome the challenges and enjoy the rewards and the experience and the learning experience that comes along with this new energy. We're going to have a shift in energy towards the end of the month. Go to your 10th house of career, because the sign of Cancer is going to be highlighted, and that's 10 signs from Libra. So you are going to have a focus on career, like maybe you did finish some educational stuff, and now it's time to move on to, okay, what am I going to do with this knowledge? Am I going to put it into a great career, a dream career, or whatever? So the sun in the career house, you are going to have the spotlight on you as far as your position in life, position of authority, how you take charge and where you take charge, okay? Now this can be good or bad depending upon you yourself, because the 10th house is a house that is associated with the sign of Capricorn, the ultimate boss figure, right? Bossy, doesn't let nobody tell them what to do because they are the head ninja in charge up there. You're going to be feeling like this, and this can make you get along with authority figures, or it can make you kind of butt heads and clash with them, and even people underneath you, because they're going to be like, Libra, usually you're very fair and very nice, but I don't know what's gotten into you. You're like super bossy right now, girl. What is going on? So just be careful with that 10th house energy with the sun there. But Venus is going to be there, your ruling planet. And yeah, she's your ruling planet, so she's going to feel a little bit more bossy and like, hey, I'm in charge up in this place, kicking down doors and be like, what's going on up in here? What can I change? And I'm going to stomp my foot down, give some demands up in here. But Venus can, also kind of like smooth things out. If any type of disagreements or power struggles or anything like that come up, Venus can jump in very quickly and be like, no, hold on. We're all bosses here. Okay, we're all cool. Like, let's just get along. Now, Mercury won't be in the mix in this 10th house energy until the 29th of June. But yeah, once Mercury joins up in there, it's going to be like your mind is going to be like needing to make some very quick decisions in an authoritative manner, and just really take charge and be like, okay, this needs to be done, this needs to be done, this needs to be done. Okay, you do it. Okay, all right, now get out my face and go to work. All right, so this is the energy of Mercury there. It's going to continue on through July, as I mentioned. But yeah, this happens on the 29th that he moves up into your 10th house. Now Mars continues to move retrograde in the sign of Scorpio in your 2nd house. On the 29th of June, he stops going backwards and starts going forward again and direct at 23 degrees. But until then, pretty much the whole month of June is more Mars retrograde. Now Mars is very passionate, very driven. He's like full speed ahead. Point at that target and go. And Scorpio is a very passionate energy. But when all of that is turned backwards, it's like it's turned inward to like frustration and like, oh, I just want to go and just do. But you know what? I can't for some reason. Like my energy is like slowed down and like there's a block in front of me. So when it comes to second house matters like earning money and, you know, balancing your budget and really going after the money that you deserve to earn, there could be some frustrations and setbacks there, just being honest. But you know what? Mars retrograde is also a time to go back over those things, like how you're balancing your budget, how you're handling your money, how you're earning your money. Go back over them, you know, come up with some plans so when Mars goes forward again towards the end of the month and in that sign of Scorpio up until August 2nd, then during that time you can take more action. Like, you know what? I'm going to get this second job, okay? I'm going to, you know, open this savings account and start putting money aside instead of spend on some glamorous stuff and look and fly, okay? So those are the decisions that you can be making as a little example with Mars retrograde in the second house. So there's going to be a full moon at 29 degrees Sagittarius on June 20th. This is in your third house. So in May, if you can recall, there was a full moon in Sagittarius as well, but it was at 1 degree Sagittarius and it was in conjunction with Mars. So there could have been some very heated and passionate things that happened in third house regards, you know, like some of my Libras could have gotten to like a heated fight with siblings or a neighbor, you know, that's the negative manifestation of that. Or, you know, maybe a final decision was made like in the heat of a moment that has to do with, you know, something that you're learning or with driving. This is also communication. So you could have had some very heated, passionate communication on that day, which could have been good or bad depending upon the situation and how you handled yourself. Now, 29 degrees of Sagittarius, where the full moon is at this month, is going to be a completion of whatever happened in May for you, okay? So just keep that in mind with this full moon on the 20th. It's going to bring things to a head, to a close, or to a final decision. And be very careful how you communicate. Libras are usually very smooth talkers and very nice and like, hey, diddly do, even if they don't really like someone. But a full moon in your third house of communication, honey, I don't know. That can heat things up a little bit. So just be careful with that on that day. Now, last but not least, Chiron is going retrograde on the 27th of June, and Neptune is going retrograde on the 13th of June. And this is both in your sixth house of health and the work environment. Now, Neptune and Chiron are both healing energies in their own way. They're both about compassion. They're both about, you know, being a victim and a savior. Because Chiron is an asteroid or planetoid or whatever that is nicknamed the Wounded Healer. And it's also like a story in mythology if you look up Chiron, C-H-I-R-O-N. So it's an area where you could be suffering or wounded, but you can heal from it and help other people to heal at the same time. And the Neptune is like, oh, just compassion for everyone and you want to see the good in everyone, but you can also be kind of hurt sometimes by that. And also you can be like playing a victim role or always playing a savior role or both all the time. Those are those energies. They're going retrograde. So they're going back over these things in your sixth house. So this is a time, so some Libras during these transits, you could be actually like in the medical field, you know, helping people. Or I would say be careful of like playing too much of that victim role or savior role. If there are any health issues that come up again, this is an opportunity to go over them and to finally find someone that can help you, like a guru or a doctor or someone with these health issues, and finally get them, you know, settled down and healed and everything and calmed down. So retrogrades don't always have to be a bad, scary thing. It's going over stuff, so stuff may come back up again, just being completely honest, but this is a second chance to heal from them. All right, Libras, well, that was your monthly forecast for the month of June. I hope it was insightful or helpful in any kind of way. And if you would like me to do any type of reading for you, I would love to help. Just shoot me an email and I would be glad to do so. All right, well, take care of yourselves this month, Libras. I will see you guys in July. Mwah. Have a great month. Love you guys. Peace.